Good morning. Hi guys. Today is Monday. So today for math, we're going to be talking about the word perimeter and what it means and why we would use it. So perimeter means the distance around the outside of a shape. So in our first shape, the rectangle, we want to find the distance outside of the shape. And you can find the perimeter by adding together the length of all of the shape's sides. Okay, so for example, if you wanted to put up a fence in your backyard and you went to the store and you said, I want to put up a fence in my backyard because I want to put my dog in my backyard and not have him escape. And so the person at the store would say, what is the perimeter of your yard? And you would say, let me go check. And you would add up the distance of the sides of your yard, all of the sides. More than likely, your yard would be a rectangle shape or a square shape, but it could be a pentagon shape, right? Okay, so you would add up the sides. And then you would know the distance around your yard. Or let's say you wanted to build a soccer field and you wanted to paint the lines around the perimeter of the soccer field to know when you go out of bounds. And so you would get your spray paint and you would draw lines on the grass in a straight line around the perimeter of the soccer field. Okay, so it seems pretty easy. The only thing is, sometimes when you look at the perimeter of a shape, it looks like the rectangle. And only two of the sides are labeled with how long they are. And so you say, why aren't there numbers on the other two sides? Well, because if you look closely, the opposite sides are equal. So they're the same length. Okay, so in the rectangle, you can tell that this side and the opposite side are the same length. So we know if the first side is 4 feet or 4 inches, we know the other side is 4 feet or 4 inches. And then if we look at the top side of the rectangle, that is 8 feet or 8 inches, we know the opposite side is going to be the same size, 8 feet or 8 inches. Okay, so now we are able to add up those 4 sides. And the way you do it and the way I do it might be different, but remember, always use the most efficient way. So that means look at doubles, doubles plus 1, or make a 10, and add up the sides. So for me, I'm going to add them up like this. I'm trying to get a different color there. There we go. I'm going to add up 4 plus 4, which I know is 8. And then I'm going to add up 8 plus 8, which I know is 16. And now for me, I would say I'm going to take my 16 and I want to make 20. So I'm going to take 4 from this 8 to make 20, and then I would still have 4 left over. So that would be 24. Okay, so now you guys can look at the next shape. And in the next shape, you can see that it's actually a square. And so in that way, we know all 4 sides are going to be equal, right? So a square makes it very easy to find the perimeter. You just have to realize if it's a square first. So we know that all the sides will equal 6. And in this case, I would add 6 plus 6 and 6 plus 6. So I know that's 12 on each side. And I know my doubles very well. That's why we practice them all year long. And 12 plus 12 is 24. All right, now on our last shape, you can see it's a little bit different. So, sorry, my dog is wanting to play squeaky toy right now. Okay, so on this last shape, let's erase our lines, okay? And let's look. I know that these two sides, these opposite sides are the same length. And I can see this opposite side is the same length. So I would know that those all equal 4. And then taking a look at my other two sides, I can see this side and this side are the same length, so those have to be 5. And now all I have to do is add those up. Again, for me, I'd see that this equals 10, because I always try to make a 10. I know that this, I know my doubles,